we go.
Here's Toronto head coach Nick Nurse.
Team, when you see guys like Kawhi and Pascal come out in the first quarter and be so dominant right off the bat.
Well, I think it got us kind of got the jitters out and stuff, Doug. To be honest with you, I didn't think we were moving great at the start tonight. Again, it's a start of another big series, and we weren't pushing as hard as I would have liked, and we weren't cutting as hard as I would have liked, and those guys kind of bailed us out and kept us ticking over. Actually played enough offense to kind of get us a nice little lead there at the start. So it was big to have those two guys step up and kind of jumpstart us.
Eric, to your left, about halfway down, coach.
Eric Kareem, The Athletic. You sort of resisted the urge to match up with what they do in terms of their rotations. Why was that?
Well, I think, as I stated before the game, I was really pleased with what our rotations looked like in the first series, and I wanted to kind of give it a go. We tweaked it a little. I think I might have got Danny back in pretty quick to get another starter out there at the beginning of the second, and I kind of, I was tempted to start the fourth to bring Kawhi back, to be honest with you, too, because I thought the way that third ended, they had a little momentum. But our guys, we stuck with them, and they went out and got a quick, I think it was just a 4-0 run, but it was a big 4-0 run, and they had, they took a timeout.
Steve, at the back and to your right, coach.
Nick, Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun. Is there anything Kawhi does that surprises you? Or have you seen everything now?
Well, I think that was, I guess, not maybe surprising. Tonight was pretty dang good tonight, right? I mean, that was again a big time performance at both ends, and I just like the force he's playing with at both ends, but especially when he's getting the ball, he's pushing it up the floor, he's punching gaps with force, he's determined to get to spaces. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but that was pretty cool to watch tonight.
Ryan, at the front and to your left, coach.
Hey, Coach. Ryan McNeil, Alex Unfiltered. We talked pregame about defense, and you held Philly to under 40%. What stood out for you from the defense tonight?
Well, I thought our defense was pretty good, but not. Let's put it this way: there's room for improvement. I thought we had several breakdowns as well, but what stood out for me is we did one thing that we set out to do, which was get up and get in them. Right? We didn't want to let them have too much easy. They had a couple, drives down, uncontested, a couple dunks here and there. But the main thing, I think, once we kind of got ourselves settled into the game, we were breaking up their sets. We were stopping the ball a long ways from the basket with the dribbler picking up his dribble, and we were up in them. So that's a really good starting point, right? That we're up and we're pressuring.
Lewis, about three-quarters of the way down on your right, coach.
Lewis Atzman, Raptors Republic. You mentioned you'd open relatively vanilla from the last series and see what happened. Aside from the obvious, what did you see? Not asking for specific adjustments, but anything, in general worth changing going forward, or happy with it? Well,
I think there's always adjustments to be made, and I think that's always the battle you got to make after a win. Right, is that you think, oh, well, that game went well, and let's not change anything. But I think there's always adjustments to make, and we'll look at some things. I think there's some things we definitely can shore up, just in some specific coverages and plays. And again, like that last series didn't mean anything to this one. This next game will be a totally different complexion. That's what's super interesting about a series, is no two games is the same, right? That's why we got to play them all.
Last couple of questions. I've got Bruce here on
Bruce
the
Arthur from the Toronto Star. What did you like about how you guys handled Embiid, and how important was it to keep him under wraps in this game?
Well, it's extremely important because he can go. He can go do a lot of things, and he can take over a game. He can go wild on you. So it was great. I thought the combination of Mark and Serge did a good job. He was taking some tougher shots. I thought we had him picking up the ball a little bit further away maybe than he wanted a few times. And then our team help was pretty good too. I thought we were crowding the paint a little bit, making it look a little crowded in there for him, so he wasn't that comfortable.
Last question from Eric, please.
I think it was Game 3 against Orlando where Vucevic got going and Serge had a rough first half, and you stuck with him in that role, and he came through. Sort of the same thing tonight. Is it just something he's earned, and you want to give him every chance to make his mark on a game, which he obviously did?
Yeah, I think it's certainly, for sure, he's something he's earned, Eric, without a doubt. But he also plays that way a little bit. He's kind. I don't know. He kind of, as the game wears on, he always seems to get better and better. So sometimes you got to live through a little bit of that, and we can't play Mark the whole game. So we gotta get him out there, and I think that Serge has got that game under his belt. I think he'll be a little bit better from the start, but he was really something down the stretch, blocking shots and rebounding and making some hard drives, and he definitely got into the flow of the game there in the fourth quarter.
Thank you. Coach Brown is on his way down.